Sometimes a huge fundamental shift in technology doesn't take years or even months to happen. Sometimes it all goes down in the time it takes to grab a cup of coffee.
And in the world of AI, a place that already moves at, unbelievable speed, there's a number that just completely redefined the entire landscape: 27.
Because back in February of 2026, it turns out 27 minutes was all it took to kick off a brand new war for the future of how we build software itself.
This whole story really gets going in the first week of February. It was just a barrage of announcements so big and so fast, it felt like we were living through years of progress crammed into just a few days.
I mean, just take a second to wrap your head around this timeline. On Monday, Apple jumps in, bringing AI coding agents right into its core developer tools. Then, Wednesday, bam, Anthropic drops its new model, Claude Opus 4.6. But just 27 minutes later, OpenAI fires back with GPT-5.3 Codex. And as if that wasn't wild enough, on the very same day, Amazon pledges a staggering $200 billion for AI infrastructure. This wasn't just a few product launches, this was a strategic shockwave sent through the entire industry.
And the stakes here are just astronomical. We're talking about agentic AI. That's AI that doesn't just talk, it does things for you. The market for this stuff is absolutely exploding, with a projected annual growth rate of almost 47%. This isn't just about cool new tech. This is about a $100 billion industry popping into existence almost overnight. So this brings us to the main event, right? The clash of the two titans that really kicked this whole thing off. In one corner, you've got Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.6, and in the other, OpenAI's GPT-5.3 Codex.
Now, what's so fascinating about this slide is that it tells two completely different stories. If you're looking at benchmarks for, say, using an AI agent in your command line, Codex is the clear winner. But if you're talking about fixing real-world bugs or remembering something from a massive code base, Opus absolutely dominates. And here's the key takeaway. Each company is showing you the numbers that make their model look good. There's no single best model anymore. It's about different tools for different jobs.
And this perfectly illustrates their core philosophies, which are totally different. Anthropic's Opus 4.6 gives us agent teams. It's this wild new idea where multiple AIs work together on a problem, kind of like a well-rehearsed orchestra. OpenAI's Codex, on the other hand, is a soloist. It's a virtuoso, optimized for pure speed and power, built to execute a single command perfectly and immediately.
So really, this whole philosophical difference boils down to a classic trade-off: context versus speed. Opus can hold a massive 30,000-line codebase in his head all at once, which lets it do this incredibly deep, thoughtful analysis. Codex has a smaller memory, sure, but it gets you an answer 25% faster, which is perfect for those quick, everyday bug hunts. So the real question for a developer becomes, do you need a deep audit, or do you just need a fast fix?
Okay, but let's get real for a minute. Beyond all the benchmarks and token windows, what does this actually mean for developers day to day? How does all this new power actually translate into getting more work done? Well, the answer is pretty complicated.
A really big study from the Complexity Science Hub found something fascinating. Even though these AI tools are being adopted like crazy, the productivity gains are not for everyone. As you can see right here, senior developers are getting a massive boost from this, but junior developers, they're seeing almost no improvement at all.
So, why? Why is this happening? Well, the research points to one thing: experience. It's not about who can write the best prompt. It's that senior developers have the judgment to spot when the AI messes up, and they have the vision to use these tools on bigger, more complex problems. They're not just asking the AI to write code, they're asking it to help them solve the whole puzzle.
And this all leads to what people are starting to call the productivity paradox. See, on an individual level, a developer can finish a specific task up to 55% faster. Awesome, right? But that just moves the problem down the line. That code still needs to be reviewed, tested, and merged. So the company as a whole doesn't actually ship products any faster. Just because you can code faster doesn't mean you can deliver faster. But if big companies aren't getting faster, maybe we're looking in the wrong place. The biggest impact here might not be on large teams at all, but on what is suddenly possible for just one person.
I mean, just listen to this quote from Sam Altman at OpenAI. The idea of a one-person billion-dollar company used to be pure science fiction. Now it's a serious bet being made by the most powerful people in technology.
And hey, this isn't just a prediction for the future. It's already happening now. Just look at Cursor, an AI-first code editor built by a tiny team that hit a billion-dollar run rate in 2 years. Or OpenClaw, an open-source project that just exploded to 157,000 stars on GitHub in 2 months. We are seeing tiny teams and even single individuals achieving a scale that used to be impossible without a massive corporation behind them.
So where does this all go? We are truly at a crossroads. And that brings us to our final section, the 3 very, very different ways this could all play out.
Okay, so the most likely scenario, with about a 55% chance, is what we're already seeing. Senior developers pull even further ahead, and the gap in the industry just gets wider. Now, the best case scenario, maybe a 25% chance, is a true golden age for solo creators. A 10x productivity leap, a boom in one-person software companies, and yeah, the first solo unicorns. But there's also a 20% chance of a worst-case scenario. All this massive investment in AI infrastructure fails to deliver real profits, and we see an AI-fueled bubble burst just like the dot-com crash.
But no matter which of those futures we end up in, one thing is becoming crystal clear. The very definition of value in software development is shifting right under our feet.
It's no longer about how well can you write the code. The AI is getting really good at writing the code. The crucial human skills are now much more strategic. It's about asking, what is the right problem to solve in the first place? Do I have the taste and the judgment to know if this solution is actually any good? And, crucially, do I have the business sense to actually get it to the people who need it?
Which really just leaves us with one final question to chew on. In a world where an AI can execute any technical instruction perfectly, when the AI writes the code, what will your idea be?